Hey guys, it's me, Miranda. So me and Marissa suck at doing YouTube. we I don't know if people have full-time jobs, kids, and have time to edit a video and put it up. It's like a lot of work. But we really suck at YouTube. And we're gonna try this week to be better and make more videos. I did vlog last weekend. But I'm still working on our vlog channel intro, and I was at someone's house last weekend that I really don't feel comfortable putting their house on the internet anymore, so I'm not going to do that. So I'm not going to put that vlog up, but we will hopefully be making at least one video this week, and I will find time to edit it and everything else. So hopefully we will have another video up this week. But I wanted to talk to you guys about something. And I just want to say that I'm not making this video for sympathy or attention or anything like that. But I think we all tend to put things on the internet and on social media, like all the good things that happen in our lives, right? Because of course you don't want to put something sad or something, depressing on your page, and then people don't want to see that. They want to see the good things that happen in your life. And but sometimes really hard things happen in our lives, and we wish that we could talk about them, and we just don't because we feel like it's not allowed. And I don't want me and Marissa's YouTube channel to be that way, and I don't want my social media to be that way anymore. Especially when it comes to topics like this, because I feel like there are so many women that go through what I have recently gone through. And if you hear noise in the background, it's my cat chasing something on the floor. It's probably like a bead or something that the kids dropped. She finds the littlest thing on the floor and runs around the house with it at night. It's so annoying. But if you hear like running around on the floor, that's just my cat being annoying. Really, Marley? Anyway, so a lot of women go through what I have recently gone through, and I want to talk about it because I feel like sometimes women, go through this by themselves, and they go through the burden of the feelings by themselves. And that's not necessarily my case. I have, an amazing support system, an amazing family that loves me, that I can go to and talk to about anything, and, they're always there. But some women don't have that, and they feel like they don't have anyone that can really understand what they've been through. And, even though my situation was kind of maybe a little bit different than the typical situation, it still really sucked for me, and it was still really hard for me emotionally and physically. And I'm still dealing with the physical aspect of it, and it just really sucks. So I want to talk to you guys about it, and hopefully it will open up a conversation about it, and we as women can come together and talk about things like this without feeling bad about it or feeling like we shouldn't be talking about it, because it is a really common thing that happens, but it really sucks, and it's really sad. And sometimes you just want to let everyone know that you're having a hard time. And for whatever reason, we're not allowed to do that, and I don't think that's okay. So I'm going to talk about it. Everybody that knows me knows that I have a 2-year-old daughter. She just turned 2 years old on the 15th of August. And me and David were not planning on having any more children anytime soon. I was on birth control. I have the IUD. And it was working fine. It was working normally. We didn't have any issues. And then I started feeling a lot of the pregnancy symptoms that I felt when I was pregnant with Alanis, my daughter. And I was like, there's no way that I could be pregnant. I have the IUD. It's 99.9% effective. No way did I ever think that I could be pregnant. But like I said, I was having a lot of the same symptoms that I had when I was pregnant with my daughter. So I decided to just take a test out of nowhere. And it was positive. This was August 2nd. I took the test. And I was shocked. I was kind of pissed off because the IUD was 99.9% effective, supposedly, and this was not supposed to happen. And, you hear all these horror stories of what can happen when you get pregnant on the IUD. And I didn't want that to happen to me. So I was really pissed, initially, and shocked, and I just couldn't believe it. And I took another test, and it came up positive. I went to the doctor and found out that I was pregnant. And they were very confused as to where the pregnancy was, because I did an ultrasound and there was nothing in my uterus that they could see. So they didn't know if I was really early in my pregnancy and that's why they couldn't see anything, or if it was in my fallopian tube. So, long story short, the pregnancy ultimately was in my fallopian tube. It was in my right tube. But there was a lot of back and forth going on. So, and I probably went to the doctor 3 or 4 times a week last month, from the 2nd. Even now, I still have to go to the doctor. I have to go this Friday to get more blood drawn. So I've been going to the doctor at least once a week for the last 4 or 5 weeks. It's been crazy. So at first they told me that the pregnancy could be too early, and that's why they couldn't see anything in my uterus. And then they said there's definitely going to miscarry. And then they said that it was an ectopic pregnancy, which means that it was in my tube. And so there was just a lot of just miscommunication and a lot of back and forth between me and the doctors, and they didn't really know. And my situation, I understand, is kind of more complicated because I do have PCOS. So the things that, normal women with a normal cycle experience, I don't experience those things, those hormones. I don't have the right hormones and stuff like that in my body to be able to, tell these things as a normal woman would, or a normal woman. I don't know how else to say that, but, so it was kind of a little bit more complicated for them. And I know that it was complicated, and I don't blame my doctors at all for it. It was very frustrating, going through that, and the emotional, there's a chance I could be pregnant, and it could be a good pregnancy, and I could have another baby to it being crushed and them telling me that I was going to miscarry. And I was really upset, about that. And even though me and David were not trying for another kid at all, I was still pregnant with our child. And it's always really sad when a doctor tells you that you're not going to have that child and you're going to miscarry that child. It's still really sad. And ultimately, on August, I want to say August 13th or 14th, I miscarried. And of course it was very difficult for me emotionally. Me and David both, cried about it, and we were upset about it. And just because there was so much miscommunication and we really didn't know what was going to happen at the end of the day. And it was really scary because we pretty much knew that it was probably an ectopic pregnancy, and there was just a lot of dangerous things that could happen to me if the pregnancy progressed. And we were just really upset about everything and how it all happened. And so at that time when I was miscarrying, we didn't know 100% for sure if the pregnancy was ectopic. So when I was miscarrying, it was, very upsetting. But then I did an ultrasound, and they saw that my right tube was really swollen. And so they gathered that it was an ectopic pregnancy in my right tube. So thankfully, my body rejected the pregnancy on its own, and I miscarried. I still had to take these shots to help me miscarry and make sure everything got out. And I had to take shots. I had to take blood work, so much blood work. My arms are black and blue because I've had so much blood work done in the last couple of weeks. But so far, everything is okay, except for I've been having really, really bad abdominal pain. I just recently on Saturday woke up with really bad abdominal pains, and to the point where I can't walk. It's so painful. And so that's been happening on and off since I found out I was pregnant. My OB is kind of confused because she doesn't know why this is happening, because my pregnancy levels are really, really down. I'm not pregnant anymore, so it's kind of weird that I'm having so much abdominal pain, and so we're trying to figure out what that's all about. But I'm still going through it, and it's still really hard. And it's just something that you never expect to happen to you, and I certainly didn't expect for it to happen to me, and for me to get pregnant and miscarry and go through all of these things that I'm going through right now. And even though me and David did not plan for this pregnancy to happen, we didn't necessarily want it to happen at that time, it did happen, and it was still really hard for us when we lost the baby. And because me and him want to have a son one day, and we were excited that maybe this baby was a boy and we were going to have our son. And it was just really sad. It was a really sad thing. And we're okay. we're doing okay, and I'm okay. But I just wanted to talk about it because, like I said, there are some women that feel like they don't have anybody to talk about it with, and it does suck, and it's really hard. And I think that we should open up that conversation to talk about things like that happen in our life. And I hope that this has given you the courage to talk about the really hard things that happened in your life as well. So thank you for listening, and I love you guys. Bye.